Okay, YouTube. Welcome to day 4. Yeah, day 4 of Spooky Month. We're back with more Amnesia. I have no idea what I'm doing. Find the key for the wine cellar. Okay. Fill that. So I'm looking for a key. Oh, hello, oil. What's down here? Let's see. Books and stuff. Ooh, drawers. Oh, nice. 3 bucks. What is that? Okay, let's see. What's up here? That'd be interesting. Oh, there's a box. Is there anything on top shelf? No. Let's see. These shelves. I have looked behind all this stuff. Maybe if maybe these shelves have some important. Nope. He's not down there. So I will explore every square inch of this place. Yay! It's a Castle Explorers 2009, 2010, 2013, whenever it came Sprint. Test that out. Obviously. My sprint doesn't seem to be running out, so I'll just hold it down the entire time. least I should throw the potion. Obviously, I'm not supposed to go that way. I'm supposed to go. I have a lot of them now. I have like 6. And lots of oil. Go to the archives. Turkish tombs, just like in Narnia. Well, this is a pleasant place, isn't it?
16th of May, 1839. The unflinching African sun has continued to plague our expedition, making it impossible to dig until dusk. How Professor Herbert managed to find the location in these vast plains of nothingness remains a mystery to me. When I asked him about the tomb again, he told me about the legend of Tin Hanan, the mother of us all. An interesting story in its own right, but I can't help feeling there's more. Later that evening, we uncovered a passage beneath the dunes leading to a sand-covered stone structure. The professor was confident it was the tomb we sought and ordered the others to clear the way late into the dark, cold night. Tomorrow, I shall lead the men into the ancient structure, hoping to reach the burial chamber. No matter what the professor is keeping from me, the dig should yield something interesting to take back to London and the British Museum.
Okay. Let's see what kind of getting. Spider webs. This thing. Statue man. Kinda just want to throw this and stuff. Let's go. Screen's all wavy. Just to knock that off. Tinderbox. Excuse me. I hereby offer my full attention and services to Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg. This contract will range for a total of 3 years when my freedom shall return to me. In addition, Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg, is to recommend my services at the Prussian royal court and within the sanctum of the Order of the Black Eagle. May no man break this seal. Wilhelm, House of Gerich. Okay, Wilhelm, House of Gerich. I don't know what that is. I'm going to search all these places. Go here. Can I pick up the candle? Take that. What's in here? Better question, what was that sound? There are There's some weird sounds going on in this.
17th of May, 1839. My hands tremble as I write. I feel a need to document my tribulation, for I fear that my memory will fail me if I linger. Today, I took some men and ventured into the dark, ancient passage we uncovered. Our torches burned faintly in the murky air as we slowly made our way underground. The men were superstitious and fearful. They argued loudly, and I felt their strange language getting to me. I mustered my strength and yelled at them to continue down the slopes and broken steps. The crudely carved passage confused me. It looked much older than the 4th century structure we had expected. The twisting path emerged into a great antechamber. The walls were lined with statues unlike any I'd ever seen. Despite their unearthly quality, I felt a strange familiarity toward them, which haunts me still. At the far end of the chamber, a great slab of stone sealed off whatever lay ahead. I gave the order to raise it, and as I pushed through the narrow space, the heavy stone suddenly dropped, sealing me inside. I was trapped.
But how did you get out? That's the question of the day. These drawers. Ooh, a shirt. Okay. Do absolutely nothing there. Oh, did I even open this? Ways to explore. Okay. Let's see what's in here. Dark, dusty place. Spooky. Sweet. Get over here. Aside from a bunch of occult books. Shelves. Come on. There you go, Mr. Box. Nothing on the shelf. Not gonna bother lighting that up. Let's see. This way is dark. I will take a light. My sanity. Pretty bad shape. It's locked. Okay. This part has one. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah. Apparently they didn't want me to. Where are all the windows and stuff? There's something out there. Okay, which way should I go? I think I'll go this way first. Because left is always right. Right? Yes. What was that? Oh, those rocks startled me. bad feeling about this place.
Much of the castle is old and hasn't been tended to for centuries. When the shadow arrives, it won't take long until things start falling apart.
We're just buying time anyway. Let's do what we can.
There isn't much to be done about the wars. We should reinforce weak structures. The ground will tremble and there's a risk everything will cave in on us, especially downstairs. Here, and there. Let's get the servants working on it.
Yeah, that's a good plan. If I look through that hole, is something gonna jump scare me? Yep. Fragile but not breakable by hand. How about with this? This metal helmet. Ha! Ha! Gotcha.
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
Okay. See, that sounded like a monster growl. That. The centuries that have been stories surrounding the hamlet and its neighbor, Castle Brandenburg. A quiet, forest-clad mountain stretched with scattered lakes is as picturesque as can be, albeit the area is haunted by the dark. Ask any local and you'll hear proof of the widespread superstition. All travelers should indulge themselves in such conversations, since it will certainly serve as exciting entertainment. All of them have their own twists on tales, but there are some motifs that keep reappearing. The Gatherers. This story reaches all the way back to the time of the 30 Years' War. It is said that the soldiers who abandoned their duty got lost in the cold, dark woods and were forever damned to roam the grounds. Their bodies, wrought by their tainted souls, have left them disfigured and empty of essence. Many have cited them over the years and described them as horrid revenants. They move silently through the woods, shying away from any beholder. They are called gatherers, as they seem to follow some ambition to steal living creatures. It is their prey which can be heard struggling inside damp burlap sacks dragged behind them which reveal their presence. What dark scheme do they follow? I bet those are going to be the bad guys. A visit undone. Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa, the well-known erudite, visited Elstadt at the start of the 16th century. He resided in the local inn for a fortnight, as he looked for the remnants of kingdoms past. During his stay, all the prominent members of society paid notice, and he is mentioned in many records of the time. One day, he went to investigate a burrow in the northwestern glades, only to be never seen again. Heinrich is known to have passed away in Grenoble some 10 years later. He dismissed the notion of ever visiting Elstadt, which makes you wonder what really happened. Who was this mysterious man who visited the sleeping hamlet in the woods, and what happened to him? The immortal Baron. The Baron of Brandenburg lives a reclusive life with his family at his castle nearby Altstadt, and like most of those of noble birth, rumors are inherited alongside with the title. Searching the history reveals little before the castle was consumed by fire in the late 16th century. It was rebuilt by Alexander, a nobleman from the Rhinelands, claiming the role as protector of the Prussian state. Alexander helped the region to flourish and remain popular throughout his presumed lifetime. The family has always been secretive when it comes to lineage and heritage. Therefore, the birth and death of Alexander and his offspring has never been fully recorded. This has fed the idea that the Baron is in fact the one and the same who came from the west over 300 years ago, lived through the time of occupation, and joined the coveted order of the Black Eagle along with the great leaders of this country. Okay. It's too dark between candlesticks. Oh. We're in a circle. Oh, it's another door. It's locked. So that's all that's here. Some boxes, whatever stuff. Nope. On the shelves. Nope. Okay. That looks like a doorway. That is definitely a doorway. That I can't push. Okay. I'll go this way. What's this?
17th May, 1839. After pounding the unforgiving stone wall for what seemed like an eternity, I realized it was hopeless. I was trapped. I fell to the ground, gasping for air, trying to focus. That's when I saw a faint blue shimmer. My weakened body was heavy to carry, but I managed to push myself toward the enchanting light.
I was supposed to do that.
It was waiting for me. Enclosed in dark nothingness, I felt myself drawn to the mystic light.
Fascinating.
I reached out, closing it in my hands. The faint glow escaped my fingers and began to spark brightly and spirit me away, unlocking alien memories of spiraling towers, endless deserts, and impossible geometry. The next thing I can remember is the grating sound of stone being lifted, the voices of the Arabs pulling me to safety, and grasped firmly in my hands was the broken pieces of a most peculiar relic.
Book. Is there anything else in here? Other than book. Screws. Scrolls that I can't throw around like dirt. It's still too dark. Okay. Let's see what's over here then. What? Let's find a way out of the area. Some sort of secret door mechanism. History. Oh, wait, that's secret door mechanism. Okay. So we can secret. Oh, that's. Oh. Must be another one. I see. Okay, I think I got it now. Right here. Okay. Hey, wine cellars, yes. What was that? Didn't sound friendly.
Well, Hellman and his fools have endangered my research long enough with their absent-minded handling of the human vessels. The sheriff is keeping a watchful eye on the forest and is killing my trusty servants. It's just a matter of time until they follow the trail to Renenberg. Need to lock Wilhelm and his men up to further investigation from the public. The wine cellar will therefore be sealed off until the matter has been handled. Either the king's men leave or they will starve. Whatever comes first. They can rot for all I care. Maybe I will feed them some wine. It would in a sense solve both of my problems. I don't know how long I've been playing this, but it's been a while. I think I will end the episode here. This is becoming an interesting game, I'd say. Yes. Farewell, YouTube.